Hey guys, Mr. Backerberg here. In this video we're going to look at slope-intercept form for the equation of a line. When we're looking at slope-intercept form of an equation, again, mathematicians aren't really original with the names they give things. We use slope-intercept form when we know the slope of our line and when we know the y-intercept of our line. Now the y-intercept is the y value at which our line crosses through the y-axis. So looking over here, I've got this point 0b on there. That b value is going to be our y-intercept. And then we know that our slope is our m value. So to write an equation in slope-intercept form, that's going to look like y equals mx plus b. So in this example, we're going to look at using slope-intercept form to write out an equation for a line. Here our line has a slope of 2 and has a y-intercept at 0, 6. So remember, our slope is our m value, and that y-intercept is the point 0b, so that 6 is going to be our b value. Looking at writing out slope-intercept form, remember that's y equals mx plus b. So if we fill in the information that we've got, we know that our slope is 2, so that's going to be 2x, and we know that our b value is 6. So we get the equation y equals 2x plus 6. In this example, we're going to look at writing out an equation for a line that has a slope of 3. Now this time we're not told explicitly what our y-intercept is, but we are told that our line passes through the point -1, 6. So if we look at slope-intercept form, remember that's y equals mx plus b. We know what our slope is, that's 3. So we can fill that in, y equals 3x plus, we don't know what our b value is, so I'm just going to leave it as b right now. But here's what we're going to do. Since we know a point on our line, we can use that to help us figure out what our b value is. Remember, an ordered pair, a point, has an x value and a y value. So we can actually take those and plug those into this slope-intercept form to help us solve to figure out what our b value is. So I'm going to take that 6 and plug it in for my y value equals, I know my slope is 3, my x value is -1, but we don't know what our b value is. That's what we're going to solve for. If we take 3 times -1, we're going to get -3. So we got 6 equals -3 plus b. To solve to get b all by itself with this -3 in there, I'm going to have to add 3 to both sides. So we get 9 as our b value. So now we can go back over here and plug in that 9 for our b value. So we get the equation y equals 3x plus 9. Now in this example we're going to use slope-intercept form, but we're not told our slope and we're not told our y-intercept, but we are given 2 points on the line. Our line goes through the points -1, 5 and 3, -3. So the first thing we need to do in slope-intercept form is figure out what our slope is. Remember, slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to label my ordered pairs. This will be my x1, y1, and this will be my x2, y2. So to find the slope here, I'm going to take -3 minus 5 over 3 minus -1. So on top, -3 minus 5 is -8, and on bottom, 3 minus -1, double negative turns into addition, so we get 4 there. So our line has a slope of -2 once we reduce down that fraction. So now we can start filling things into slope-intercept form. So we've got y equals our slope, -2x, but we still don't know our y-intercept. We don't know that b value. So now what we need to do is use one of our points, and it doesn't matter which one you pick, and we're going to take that information and plug it in for our x and our y to help us solve for b. So I'm going to use the first point. I'm going to use -1, 5. So 5 is my y value, so I'm going to plug that in on the left-hand side. My slope is -2. My x value from that point is -1, and we are trying to solve to find our b value. Now if I take -2 times -1, that turns into a +2. So I've got 5 equals 2 plus b. To get rid of this 2, we're going to need to subtract 2 from each side. So we're going to get 3 as our b value. Now we have everything we need to write out a slope-intercept equation. We know the slope and we know our y-intercept. So we can just fill that stuff in. So it's y equals -2x plus 3. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.